This is exactly what I was warning us about when I made my first video about Turning Red a couple of weeks ago, and now we are seeing it all come to fruition. It is playing out exactly like I expected it to. So look at this headline here. My Panda, My Choice Mom, Disney and Pixar's Turning Red has some parents outraged over themes, which they absolutely should be. So I made a video about this because when some of the critics started to watch the movie, they made some reviews about the film that were very alarming, talking about how the movie was horny and things like that. This is an animated Pixar movie for kids, and that's the type of language that they were using for this movie. I talked about that. I was like, these are red flags. Doesn't necessarily mean that the movie itself is going to have these themes, but the fact that that is how critics are interpreting it is a major concern. So now we are at this point where parents are outraged over this film. We're going to get into it. We're going to see a stark difference between what a lot of people are saying about the film versus what the critics are saying about the film. The critics love this film. Doesn't surprise me at all. Of course they would love this film. As you can see over here on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it is at a 95%. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then the audience score is 73%. So obviously I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore, but you know, it is still at least somewhat of a gauge to understand what people are thinking about general movies and stuff. So Turning Red is the newest movie from Disney Pixar that has some parents turning red with anger. They say the children in the movie are overtly disobedient and rude, plus there are sexual themes, including the main character twerking as a panda in front of her mother while taunting her, plus multiple instances of the girl rebelling against her overbearing Chinese-Canadian mother to the point of being disrespectful. This doesn't surprise me at all. We are going to continue. We have what am I talking about? We've already seen this type of theme play out in regards to films, TV series, everything else from Hollywood for a very long time, where it's cool to be rebellious as a child to your parents and to hate them and everything else. The reason why they're doing that and the reason why Hollywood is pushing these types of themes is because they are trying to disrupt the nuclear family. They're trying to destroy the nuclear family. There are reasons for why they're doing that. A lot of it has to do with them then gaining more power over people because of that, because the nuclear family is one of the most solid foundations that a stable society can have. That is why they're trying to destroy that. So from instability, they gain power. So that is exactly what they're trying to do. This is that's why they have this type of theme in this film. They're pushing this type of stuff in this film. There are a lot of people out there, by the way, I just want to say this, there are a lot of people out there that were not happy about my first video about Turning Red. I've been getting a lot of comments about it and everything else, and I just want to say I love my haters as much as I love my fans, because the haters are the ones who keep me going. They are the ones that point me to see what I am doing right. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. There are people that are making videos about it and everything. It's great. I love it. That's all just free publicity for me. I really appreciate that. The Rotten Tomatoes synopsis says, in Turning Red, Mei Lee is a confident, dorky 13-year-old torn between staying her mother's dutiful daughter and the chaos of adolescence. And as if changes to her interests, relationships, and body weren't enough, whenever she gets too excited, which for a teenager is practically always, she poofs into a giant red panda. So, and then we see reviews here from parents who are not happy about this film. This line was also another point of contention for conservatives who see this movie as just more propaganda from Disney. So they're talking about this line that's in the film here where let's see here. So Roper also mentions that the much maligned moment when Maylin's mom, Ming, tries to stop her daughter from turning into a panda and receives the reply, "My panda, my choice, mom." The reviewer says it sticks out like a tweet more than an organic moment of expression, which of course, that is literally how Hollywood writes movies now. But when you write a movie with propaganda and agendas in mind, this is the result. This is the result. So still plenty of reviewers loved Turning Red, which, you know, obviously, yes, there are a lot of critics out there that love this movie, which does not surprise me at all. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why the Hollywood shells love this movie. The problem is mostly with the script, which often requires Malin to be almost irritatingly obnoxious. Meanwhile, her mother behaves like a monster for much of the story. Like I said, that all plays into the agenda that they are trying to push out there. Parents are bad. Don't listen to your parents. Rebel against your parents. It is good to do that. That is what they're trying to push. So anyway, so there's a lot of people about this that are not happy. According to one reviewer on Common Sense Media, the movie contains repeated storylines and scenes of the kids lying to their parents and sneaking out of the house. All of this is portrayed as cool and okay because the main character's mom is portrayed as overbearing, way too protective, and psycho. The 13-year-old main character talks about how honoring your parents is great, but that sometimes honoring them too much means you aren't honoring yourself. Yes. Of course, that is the type of message that they're going to push, especially on kids who, you know, a lot of what kids think about is you know, they're very introspective and they think a lot about how things are affecting them. Of course, that is the type of message that they're going to push in this film. So, like I said, the film has a 95% from critics. That does not surprise me at all. It has a 73% currently from audience. We'll see what you know, how that fluctuates. But this movie also is not making very much money. The last time that I saw this movie had a budget of like it had a budget of at least over 100 million, and in its opening weekend, it only made like 3 million. That's not including Disney Plus, obviously, but in the market, that's how much it made. That's pretty stinking bad. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. I'd appreciate that a lot. I would recommend not seeing this film, or at least if you do, make sure that you watch it with your kids so that you can, you know, talk about some of these honestly evil themes that they're pushing in this film. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you all in another video very soon. Bye.